welcome to Mondo Burger.
Since we don't have any customers or electricity,
Sure, just go on.
yep. I think pretty soon they'll be close to
Everybody, now don't get all excitable.
all the good burgers and everyone will want to eat here. We'll knock Mondo Burger right off the map.
Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sierra and my channel is dedicated to my life and everything in between. Y'all, I got this from, it's called New York Mart. I'm pretty sure they have not restaurants. I'm pretty sure they have grocery stores in different states, but I live here in Florida, and New York Mart is an Asian restaurant, so it's an Oriental market. And y'all, I absolutely love this. Hold on. No, there we go. Look how freaking cute this is. I had to get it. I had to get it. This was $5.99. Obviously, I know if I was in Asia somewhere, depending on where they got this from, it would be much less. But be that as it may, this is a steal. Like, this is so freaking cute. So freaking cute. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to, when I get some coins, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get four more, I will call them souvenirs, 4 more Asian inspired cups like this, and I'm gonna get it for my 2 classmates. I'm sure they'll love it. It's so freaking cute. And like I showed y'all in the kitchen, I just made a little concoction. This is just strawberry Greek yogurt with cottage cheese. Odd mix, but hey, it's double the portion of protein. And yeah, what do I say? Where do I start? I've been doing a lot of videos, creating a lot of content for my second channel. So I've been going in between the two. If you don't know yet, I do have a second channel. It's called Beauty Beyond Mirrors. If y'all ever heard me say Beauty by Mirrors, I don't even understand. I'm the one who made up the freaking name, and there's actual meaning behind the word Beauty Beyond Mirrors. But anyways, I say all that to say I have a new channel, fairly new. I've been getting quite a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, traffic coming in there between my long form videos and my shorts. Obviously the shorts take off much quicker because we have short attention spans. That's one thing I can see now, myself included. So I've been creating content for that channel. I feel like I've been creating more content for that channel because I feel more inspired, honestly, to create more content on that channel, because my second channel, Beauty Beyond Mirrors, is solely about loving ourselves at the core. So I talk about different topics that can showcase itself as a lack of self-love, and I'll also throw in some personal stories as well so you guys can relate, and then I'll also give some solutions, because it's no sense in talking about something that's going on and you have nothing to offer as a resolution, right? We need a resolution. So shameless plug. It's not even my plug, it's Aaliyah's plug. But yeah, so I don't know, I just felt more drawn to make a lot of videos about that topic. Maybe that's because I talk about topics like that often off camera with my sisters, but hey, you know, and then school is just school. So on the school tip, nothing is really changing. Well, everything is changing at the school, but school is still the same. I'm just trying to muster through it. After these 2 classes that I'm taking right now, which is evidence-based practice, that's online, and I'm taking mental health on campus. So after those 2 classes, we'll have 3 more classes left, and then that's it. I graduate. So that's that on that. As far as my fat loss journey, y'all, I did not take any progress photos for the month of September yet, and that is because my cycle was supposed to be on 3 days ago, but it's not. I'm not pregnant, guys. There's more than one reason why. There's more than a couple of reasons why a girl's menstrual cycle can be delayed. Okay, it could be extreme exercise, which is what I'm doing, that can throw it off. It could be hormone imbalance that throws it off. It could be stress or emotional stress as well that can throw it off. It can be many things, okay? So I'm pretty sure I fit in to 1 or 2 of those categories. It's going to be coming on soon, but I already know that I'm retaining water because the rings that I wear, it's tight. Oops, my bad, that was my alarm clock. Because the rings that I wear is tight, you know, I feel it. You know, I felt those pre-cramps, the precursor cramps coming on. So it's about to come on anyway. So that's why I didn't take any progress photos. I'll take it once I get off of my cycle and I feel my best. But y'all, I can already tell that I've lost weight, lost more weight, I would say. And excuse me, I'm proud of that. I gotta keep uptaking my water. And as of right now, I fixed this coffee, and it's in the afternoon. It's 3:27. I fixed this coffee, and I got my protein. I'm gonna do the protein first, cause yeah, that's gonna make me satiated. But I fixed my coffee and everything because I'm about to get on this laptop and knock out some schoolwork. Yes, and I need to study and, you know, make my time worth it because I'm not going to the gym. So ooh, on the job sector, no hits. I came this close. At least I thought that I was just about hired because the guy called me in. Like, number one, we had a virtual interview, and then that's when I asked him, like, what are your steps? What are your next steps? And he said, well, whoever I choose, you know, they try to give you that generic stuff. Whoever I choose, I'll call them in for a follow-up, just to show them around the place. And that's exactly what he did. He called me and said, hey, do you have time to come by the office? I just want to show you around, you know. So I said, okay. I already knew, like, this guy is more than likely gonna hire me. So I went in. It was not a second interview. It was just as he stated. He said it won't take longer than 5 minutes. He was doing most of the talking. You know, I really thought I had it in the bag because not only did he bring me in for the second time to do a walkthrough of his place, but he also showed me sensitive, confidential information pertaining to his business, because it's his business. So I'm like, oh, I have to be hired now, because who in their right mind is going to show somebody who they know they have no interest in hiring sensitive company information like costs, monies, addresses, you know, on their computer. But here today is September 5th. That has been since last week, and he told me he's gonna make a decision with whomever it is by, he said by Monday or something. Yeah, he said by Friday or Monday, which already passed. Literally, it already passed. So I mean, it's safe to say for whatever reason I didn't get it, but his company wasn't the only company that I applied to. Like, I will never ever put all my eggs into one basket. I also have I'm affiliated with 3 different staffing agencies, and can you imagine, not one of them have called me back. I don't know what's going on with this job market, y'all. I really don't know. I don't know. And it's not even just me. I seen on TikTok that a guy from God knows where, a TikToker, he was in his car venting, and he said the same thing. He said, like, I don't know what's going on with these jobs. You have the postings, you have the job postings, but nobody's calling. I don't understand. And y'all, I'm telling you, I am more than qualified for these positions that I'm doing. I just don't know why they're not getting hits. I did hear from one of the staffing agencies that I'm affiliated with that the guy at the front desk told me that, hey, everything is really slow for us right now, to be honest. The only jobs we're getting is, I think he said like warehouse or aviation jobs, you know, and I could have peeped that because I went on their website and I'm not seeing, sorry. I'm not seeing any recent hits. I'm not seeing any new clients that's looking for people. And if they are, it's like he was saying, like aviation or some crap. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. It's not even my job to try to comb through it anyway, because it really doesn't matter at this point. I just got to keep at it and hopefully something sticks. That's all I could say. As far as my Chamberlain payment plan, that's taken care of. Thank God. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like it's starting to really get to me, because while I have enjoyed, like I said in the past, while I have enjoyed not having a job, I would not trade it for the world. I have enjoyed it, and I've been unemployed during nursing school more times than I have been employed. And I like to thank the man in my life. He's really helped me out so much with covering my bills, and that's how I've been able to stay afloat. But there comes a time where, listen, life happens. He can't be superhero. He's not a freaking billionaire yet. So you know, I mean, it gets to a point where I need to do for myself too, and I need to get ahead of the game. I don't like just paying things only for next month it to come again. Like, I like to be ahead of the game. I need to knock some bills down. I need to do those things, and the only way that that's going to happen at the rate and speed I want it to is if I get me a job. I'm no stranger to work. I've been working since I was 17 years old. I'm no stranger to work, and I'm not lazy. But I am in nursing school as well, and I'm in an accelerated program at that. And if you have not been through nursing school or don't know somebody that is in an accelerated program, you wouldn't know just how physically, emotionally, and mentally demanding these classes are. So I don't regret what I'm going through right now, being unemployed. And it gives me time not only to dedicate to my studies and pass these classes, because I'm telling you, it almost feels like at Chamberlain, and I believe this goes for every private school, it's almost like, since they're so money hungry, it's almost like they're betting on you to fail these classes. They're not giving you any second chances. The assignments that used to be worth core grades are now supplemental, which hurts obviously the student, because now we have to really ace each exam. And it's like, okay, well, what cushion do we have? What kind of cushion do we have? You're taking away all the cushions that we have. You know what I'm saying? So granted, we all have to practice and be a safe nurse, but surely there is a better way than this. So, I mean, I say all that to say, guys, I am enjoying having this time off, but your girl need to get back to work because I need to pay some stuff down. And when I become a nurse, pay some things off. And then, honestly, guys, I want to give myself on the floor, I would say, a year tops. Is this a... Dang, those tiny freaking bugs. I'll give myself a year tops on the floor. I don't know what department, but it's definitely going to be on the floor. And then I want to transfer off bedside, and I want to get into CDS, which is short for Clinical Documentation Specialist. Depending on the facility, I may or may not be able to go straight into remote work, but more than likely they might have me doing on-site in the hospital first for a few months, or maybe 6 months or so. That's fine. And then after that, I can work from home. That's my goal when it comes to working for corporate America. I'm going to be honest. That is my goal. I want to stay on the floor, bedside, get my experience up for like no more than a year, and stay my ass out of med surg if possible. Y'all, I've done clinical rotations there amongst other units, and that is by far the worst. I understand that you get a lot of foundational skills there, but you can surely get foundational skills in other departments. Don't let them fool you. You surely can, number one. And number two, guys, depending on where you want your hustle to end, it may not even matter to you to have those foundational skills, because what you'll be doing in the end, you won't be touching no patient anyway. Look at me. I want to be a CDS as far as the 9-to-5 working goes, right? That's my 9-to-5 work. I want to gravitate and end at being a CDS, a clinical documentation specialist. I'm not touching no patient because my end goal is to work remote. They have a lot of remote positions for that role. So in that sense, does it really matter for me? Okay, would it give me some self-gratification that I know how to do an NG tube and I know how to, well, first of all, nurses don't intubate. I was gonna say that. Or I know how to do the chest tubes and check the drainage and check for air leaks. Sure, those things will be beautiful to learn as far as it satisfying my gratitude. But me personally, I don't really care about that. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'll learn it, but when you know your end goal, you gotta act accordingly. Now, for somebody who wants to, let's say, advance in the bedside experience, or they wanna, I don't know, there's so many things, but whoever wanna advance in the nursing field on the bedside, they want to know everything, or they want to be an ICU nurse, or they want to, know how to do rapid response. They want to be a part of that team or whatever. Then yes, you need to get all the foundational skills as possible. Brush up on them, do your CPR classes. Well, we all got to do that and keep it active. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do that, then yes, go that route. But if you're trying to end your type of career being non-bedside like me, I personally don't care. I really don't care. And that's that on that. But yeah, y'all, outside of that, I want that to be my 9-to-5 on the side while I give 100% of me to my own businesses. That's always been the end goal for me, y'all, since I was about 23 years old when I was out of school, and I figured out, like, yeah, this 9-to-5 stuff ain't for me. I just can't work for other people's dreams for several reasons. I don't like the structure that corporate America is built on, especially the healthcare system. I don't like it. It is not for the people, it's for profit, obviously. And if you don't know that by now, know it, because it's true. It's just not for me. It's not for me. I don't like the structures based around corporate America. I don't like how a lot of these jobs, or people behind the job, have this notion that you're supposed to give your firstborn to them for their dream, which is their company, that you can't have a life outside of that. Even the jobs that like to preach and say, oh, we're all about work-life balance, it's going to be something else. And that something else can be employees that think that they're bosses, or it can be bosses that are a-holes, or it can be nepotism that you're seeing and you know it's not fair, or it can be discrimination that you're seeing and hearing that you know it's not fair, or it can be favoritism, which we know is swarming in corporate America. So even in private businesses, but I'm speaking of corporate America, it's just an influx of all of this turmoil, so much stress, so much quotas to meet. And then you got to work with people who you don't really want to work with. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, even if everything else was perfect, meaning all your bosses was good, nobody was mean, your coworkers was fine, they really did want to do the work-life balance. Even if that's the case, I can never pass that job down to my kin. I can't. I don't own it. And in some companies that I worked for, I don't want to own it. I don't care to own a hospital, or I don't care to own Whole Foods, because I worked there before at one point. I don't care to, work to own Ross. Like, that's not my dream. You got to go where your heart screams. And I hate working below my capacity, and I hate working for people who I don't feel have my best interests at heart. I don't like working for people who I feel don't have my best interests at heart. You can tell when they're disingenuous. Even a smile on their face can be fake, and you sense it. So for that reason, or those reasons that I gave you, that's why your girl Ciara has been planning her exit for years. There's a reason why I stayed out of college for 10 years before going back. Yes. And I just wanted to live my life. I wanted to live my life. I wanted to try things that interest me, like music. That still interests me, right? But I don't want to be an artist anymore. But, you know, I just wanted to live my life. I knew that school wasn't for me. I'm not a school girl, but you got to know how to play the game in this world. And there's only a few ways that you're going to get rich legally. And that's either what? Winning the lottery, having some trust fund, marrying a billionaire. None of that is me. None of that is me. So I chose to play it safe and go back to school, finish it, get my money up, because let's just be honest, money is what makes the world go round. I have to get my money up, and nursing, they pay a lot of money. Now, obviously, as a new grad, you're not getting paid more, and I do believe that nurses need to get paid more. When I do clinical rotations and I have been helping these nurses, I see exactly what they do, because half the time I'm doing it. You know, they're just delegating the task to me and I'm doing it. Nurses should not get paid no less than $45 an hour starting. It is ridiculous the amount of responsibilities that a nurse has, and if everything falls on the nurse. I cannot tell you how many stories I've heard from nurses to where they get in trouble for a pharmacist's error. They get in trouble for a doctor screwing up, not writing a 0.0, but just writing a 0. And now it's 20 ml instead of 2.0 ml. I cannot tell you how many stuff falls on a nurse, but if the nurse messed up, who's gonna have her back? Nobody. But if a pharmacist mess up, it falls on the nurse. If the respiratory therapist mess up in some way, it falls on the nurse. Everything falls on a nurse. And then on top of that, you got to deal with some family members that's so entitled. I have firsthand seen that, and I already could tell I'm not going to last very long on this floor, because one of the things I can't do is entitled people and people who think they know it all. I can't do it. I can't do it. You have some family members that come in and was like, oh, I'm a doctor. Who asked you? If you're a doctor, then take care of your family. You know? And guys, I'm not going to behave this way in my profession, because I do believe in professionalism. I do believe in professionalism. I do understand that, you know, emotions are high. You know, it's these people's family members. A lot of things is in place. But and as a nurse, as a future nurse, and what I see these nurses do, they're also stressed out too. You know, they're not just caring for one room, they're caring for 5 or 6 rooms, and sometimes they try to put an upward of 8, 9, 10 patients to one nurse. That's insane. So I say all that to say, guys, you just gotta know what your end hustle is and know why you're doing it. In mental health, our professor asked us the typical question, why do you want to become a nurse? I don't even understand why they asked that, because most of us is going to lie. It's just like an interview. We're both lying to each other, you know? And I told him, I said, well, there's a few reasons why I wanted to become a nurse, but one of the reasons that I would tell you, I enjoy helping people get back to their better self. I said something underneath those lines. I enjoy helping people get back to their better self. And that was it. And then I guess he saw my face. He was like, oh, money? He said, what? He said, what about money? He's cool. He was like, there isn't any other reason, like no money? I said, well, of course there is. I just gave you one. And then we laughed. But like, y'all, please. And the same professors that's teaching us were the same professors on the floors. And I am seeing more and more nurses on the floor go back to school and be a nurse educator, and now they're doing didactics. Okay, there's a reason why they're doing that, guys. They're tired of being on the floor as well. Now there's many more, and that's the thing that I'm saying, nursing is way more than just bedside. There's so much more to nursing that is not bedside. You don't have to work in a hospital. You can work in outpatient. You could work in an outpatient clinic. You can work in a IV therapy med spa. You can be a nurse informatics or IT nurse. You can be a legal nurse. What else? You can be an aviation nurse. So it's like a nurse that sits on the plane, and if anything happens, they help and they assist. I mean, the list goes on, guys. There's way more to nursing than just bedside. Not a lot of people know that. And then you have some people that do know that, but when they've been burnt out on the bedside for so long, they don't even care about trying their sights at different things. They just want to get out of the entire profession. And that's their God-given right. I'm not doing that. I already went into this honestly knowing, like, I went into nursing knowing that I wasn't gonna stay bedside forever, and I always had a timeline for myself. I knew what my end goal was, which is honestly to make nursing supplemental of my income and to make my businesses my primary source of income. But you got to know what you're doing for you. Obviously, I can only tell you my goals and what I'm trying to do to get there, but hey, some people may want to keep it at nursing. There's some people who love bedside, and I love that for them because somebody got to do it. You know, somebody got to do it. Me, I'm just different. I'm just different. I want to do my time, you know, on bedside, but then I want to quickly transfer into non-bedside, and that's okay. And it doesn't make me any less of a nurse. I still went through this vigorous nursing program. I still passed the NCLEX, the boards, and I am still a licensed registered nurse. So it doesn't make you any less of a nurse. You just got to do what's best for you, and you got to know your end game. That's it. And I don't feel any ways about it. I really don't. As long as you keep your patients safe, and I'm a stickler for that because we're dealing with human lives here. You know, I can stick up for myself. I have a right to get upset at times. You know, I could do all of those things, but at the end of the day, this is a human life. And I recognize that no matter how annoying some patients may be or whatever, this is their life. And you have to carefully handle a human's life, because that can be you in that bed. That could be your grandparents, your mom, your dad, your sister, anybody that you love. That could be them in that bed. So you got to be the nurse who you would want taking care of your family. And that's how I am. So although my end goal isn't to be bedside, to be honest, it's not even to be a registered nurse full time. I'm always gonna keep my license, y'all. I'm not crazy. I'm not going through this hell for no reason, right? But you know, outside of that, you just have to be the best darn nurse you can be in whatever role you're in. So with that being said, guys, I'm pretty sure this coffee got cold, but I'm still gonna drink it. But I need to eat this first. But y'all, this is the ending of my video. How long? Oh my god, I've been on here for 30 minutes. And can you imagine? I only thought I was gonna be on here for like 15 minutes. It turned into 30. But anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed my rambling. I touched on different topics today and kind of dived more into it. I guess it's just been on my mind, so it's good to have this camera running while I'm thinking like this. Anyways, if you haven't already, make sure you like this video right now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell on. Everything is free of cost. Everything. Liking is free. Commenting below to continue this conversation is free. Subscribing is free. Oh, I don't know where that thing came from. I'm sorry, y'all. With that being said, peace. Let's just hit the rewind.